This is an approximately 1-minute introduction to the extended audio description of the first video in the series, Relaxed Performance, Exploring Accessibility in Theater. This video was originally 3 minutes long and poses the question, what is a relaxed performance? It is comprised of 10 short interviews conducted via one-on-one full-color video calls where only the interviewee is visible in full-screen mode. When interviewees appear, a caption with their title will be read out. This will be followed by their physical description, which they have contributed to, with additional details that are not always visually represented in the video. Generally speaking, interviewees' ages are between 30 and 50. Their race will be described as one of 4 categories: Black, Indigenous, Person of Color, or White, with more detail included when available. Subtitles appear on screen for French language speech and American Sign Language. These will be read out. Yellow text appears on a black background. Relaxed Performance, Exploring Accessibility in Theater. Below this are 18 small boxes playing videos. The majority of these are black and white video calls showing the interviewees from head to shoulders. Other boxes show a scrolling document, a person in front of a theater curtain, a scene with 10 people seated around a table with a woman in white dancing and walking around them, and a person in an animal costume hugging a person holding a stuffed animal. Underneath these boxes, white text appears. What is a relaxed performance? The first interviewee we'll meet is Jess Thom, co-artistic director and co-founder of Tourette's Hero. Jess is a 40-year-old white woman with short curly brown hair with what she describes as a very cool wheelchair. She also describes herself as having Tourette's, and her wiggly body is constantly on the move, with her most frequent motor tic being banging her chest. She is in a room in London with framed pictures and artwork behind her.
So relaxed performance to me is a way of describing performances that take a relaxed approach to sound and movement from the audience as one of the key elements.
Next, we'll meet Jess Watkin, disability dramaturge, blind, disabled, artist, scholar. Jess describes herself as a white settler who is female. She describes her straight, mid-back length, dirty blonde hair as being styled in a, quote, pandemic cut with bangs. Her hair falls loosely around her face. She wears black-rimmed glasses. Behind her is a bookshelf.
You're allowed to eat and move and speak in the audience, and also performers are able to take breaks. They're able to engage with the performance space in a way that makes sense for them, as opposed to prioritizing the needs of an audience.
Edon Descollines, multidisciplinary artist, Joe Jack Edon. Edon is black and has short hair and is clean-shaven. He wears a dark blue long-sleeve shirt. He has a white wall behind him with a closed curtain to the left, which is the same color as his shirt. And on the right is a paper organizer hung on the wall. Audio subtitles will be heard after he speaks.
C'est un spectacle relax. Les gens peuvent amener les enfants et les bébés. Et on peut laisser notre téléphone allumé.
In a relaxed performance, people can bring their children and babies, and we can leave our phones on.
Black and white footage, including a lobby audience, an acrobat balancing on the arms of a wheelchair, her prosthetic legs extended to float above her head, a pair of dancers, and a performer with a headlamp on a dark stage. Black text appears in a band of yellow. Relaxed Performance is transforming the theater experience. Riki Entz, Accessibility Associate. Riki is a white person with dark purple glasses. They describe their brown shoulder-length hair as shaven on one side and quite frizzy. They wear a dark purple tank top and sit in a brown reclining chair. There is art on the wall behind them.
For me, it's one of my favorite things to go to, because you see people that wouldn't normally get to be at a theater show, and they also get to see someone else that they normally wouldn't see at a theater show, working in theater.
Salima Punjani, multisensory artist. Salima is a person of color and an Indian woman. She describes herself as having brown skin and curly blue-black hair, which is just past the shoulder length. She wears red lipstick, she wears a black jumpsuit with a yellow beaded necklace, and sits in a green room with hanging bookshelves, plants, and art.
I think that an important part of relaxed performance is the collectivity of it. Like a checklist isn't going to make a performance relaxed, it's who's in the room.
Marjorie Chan, Artistic Director, Theatre Passe Muraille. Marjorie is a woman of color. She has mid-back-length straight chestnut brown hair. She wears large framed horn-rimmed glasses and has on a floral dress. Behind her is what she describes as a fairly tidy living room.
If you are looking at wanting to elevate and amplify stories that have been marginalized and communities that have been marginalized, you also have to consider how will you welcome them to the theater.
Tarek El-Mutawakil, co-artistic director, Marlborough Productions. Tarek is a person of color who describes himself as mixed-race North African and European. He has a short beard and mustache and has a bald head under a woven Moroccan cap. He wears an orange sports jersey under a white Adidas top with 3 pink stripes on each arm. Behind him is a counter with plants.
And it's, I guess, quite interesting even thinking about relaxing anyways, that we're allowed to relax. I guess it makes us realize how much of the time, especially for marginalized people, how much of our experience is being the opposite of relaxed, being tense.
Connor Yuzwenko-Martin, deaf artist and consultant. Connor is a white man. He is balding and has dark brown hair and a black beard and mustache. He has on a gray t-shirt and wears a watch with a yellow strap. He sits in a room with a TV, computer, and big window. Audio subtitles will be heard as he signs in ASL.
When you go into a hearing space as a deaf person, sometimes American Sign Language isn't the primary language. It's assumed that you'll be hearing, so right away, I'm not relaxed.
Tarek Iskander, Artistic Director of Battersea Arts Center. Tarek is a person of color and a Middle Eastern man. He has short black hair, brown eyes, and wears a black shirt. Behind him is a bookshelf and framed art.
I've had conversations with artists who feel that maybe a relaxed performance means some kind of anarchy is going to ensue. And the reality is once they start performing with us or they start coming and seeing relaxed performances at BAC, they realize that it's the opposite.
Cheryl Martin, theater artist. Cheryl is a black and disabled cisgender lesbian. She has medium brown skin and a round face. Around her brown eyes are gold highlights, and she wears a golden pinkish lipstick, which she says she loves and gives her courage. Her hair is styled in locks. Wrapped around most of her head is a scarf which is light to aqua blue with some pink and red. She has some hair showing with bits of bling. She wears a royal blue dress and sits in front of a painting.
Having a more inclusive practice, helps everybody learn about that it's not that big a deal to do. It's not rocket science. A lot of times it's really small things that make everybody feel welcome, so why not do it?
Credits appear in white text over black and white footage of a theater audience in their seats. Video participants: Natasha Bacchus, Catherine Bourgeois, Katia Café Fabrici, Marjorie Chan, Edon Descollines, Tarek El-Mutawakil, Riki Entz, Tarek Iskander, Cyrus Marcus Ware, Cheryl Martin, Salima Punjani, Jess Thom, Jess Watkin, Connor Yuzwenko-Martin. MediaWorks. Je ne veux pas marcher seul. Theater Performance 2015, Joe Jackie John. Cripping the Arts Documentary 2020, video by Kavya Yoganathan. Bodies in Translation, Revision, the Center for Art and Social Justice. Access Activator Training, Video Documentation 2019, Trevor Jones and Irina Teodorescu. Alaska Trailer, Performance 2015, Cheryl Martin, video by Clive Hunt. Visual stories from Theatre Passe Muraille, created by Jen Sartor and Chantal Watts, video by Indrit Kazapi, 2020. The Invisible Practice, Visual and ASL Poetry, 2020, Connor Yuzwenko-Martin. This video is part of the Access Activators digital program. Video by Anthroscope Media, produced August 2020, duration 3 minutes. Logos, British Council, Bodies in Translation, Activist Art Technology and Access to Life, Tangled Art Plus Disability, Revision, the Centre for Art and Social Justice, Logos, Canada Council for the Arts, Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council of Canada. Audio description provided by Superior Description Services, descriptions written and voiced by Rebecca Singh, with additional voices by Freya Ravensbergen, consultation by Thomas Reed, and dramaturgy by Kat Germain.